lemon grab.
Lemon grab you a beer.
Okay, so...
So where should I sit? Should I sit up here or down there?
Wherever you want.
My back hurts too much if I sit on the ground.
That's mine.
That's yours? Okay. Yeah.
Come here, I'll 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
3, 2, 1.
ASMR throwing up in the toilet. ASMR earthquake.
What's going on?
My desk keeps moving! My desk!
No, wait, it would be more like, did you guys feel that?
Oh, I have a story about an earthquake that I can tell.
Oh, I love that!
Oh, I'll tell them.
Earthquake stories!
Okay.
Finally.
Do we need to do an introduction first?
I don't feel like moving my knee, so...
That was me tenderly putting my lips on Rat's knee.
That's what I do sometimes with if there's like in the subway or something, and it's like someone's like overreaching their body. I just do this. I'm just like...
You man spread at them. That's man spread.
No. They're man spreaded, and I'm just like...
You look at them like this?
No, I don't look at them.
You guys know when you're just staring off into space, and it happens to be right in someone's eyes? Like, you'll just be like this.
Yes.
And then the person, like, you'll just be like staring, and then just thinking and stuff in your own head, and then you'll snap back to reality, and you're like staring some poor person right in the eyes.
I used to do that all the time at my last work, and it'd be so embarrassing because I just like suddenly snap, and there's like one of the people I like really respect at work who are just like looking behind them. I'm like, no, this can't happen. You have to think I'm cool.
That's so wildly weird to me because I have like a fear of looking people in the eyes. So, like,
No, I just like I can't even see out of my eyes when I'm zoning.
I can't physically accidentally do that. It's physically impossible.
No, when I zone out, I can't actually see out of my eyes. Like, my eyes are, like, wide open, but I don't actually, like, see anything. I'm just kind of, like, gone in my mind.
I feel like riding a train in New York is more like, because there's just, like, 30 people in a small room zoning. And I've caught someone staring at my eyes, which that never happens to you, like, you being the recipient, but it does.
Yeah. It's an earthquake story.
Yeah, you have like an earthquake story.
Yeah, I've got an earthquake story.
Everybody loves a good earthquake story.
Yeah. So when I was in Indonesia, there was an earthquake off the coast of Bali. Now,
I'm so sorry.
At the time, I happened to be in a hostel. I was laying in my bed, and it was pretty early in the morning. And so I'd been in that hostel for a couple of days.
How many other people are in the hostel?
The room had 6 people per room, and it was bunk beds. So there was one person above me, I was in the bottom bunk, and then there was 2 other bunk beds. So that particular bed, the guy on top, who was this, like, I think he was from the Netherlands, and he was very kind of like, he talked very slow. That's unrelated to the story. He left.
It was his fault.
While he don't talk very slow, which is unrelated to the story, he also was like, he slept on the bed above me, and he never really made any noise while in the bed, like him turning or whatever. It never like bothered me or anything. So when I was laying down, the new guy came in, and he had woken up around the time I woke up. And when he moved around in his bed, like it would kind of like creak the back of the bed a bit. It was kind of annoying me. So anyway, I was laying in bed because it was pretty early. Then the bed started shaking.
Just waiting for it.
So the bed was shaking. I was just like, what is he doing up there? And then the bed started shaking a lot back and forth. And I was like, oh no, what is he doing? And so I peeked my head out from behind the curtain, and I looked at the other 2 beds because there was other people in the room, and everyone was just completely casual and ignoring what was going on. I was like,
oh, really?
Okay, I guess it's not an earthquake. Okay, and I just go back behind the curtain, and I just wait for it to stop awkwardly. And I was like, okay.
Oh my god.
That was weird. But also really, really vigorous. And so I decided to go on my phone anyway to confirm. I was like, maybe it was an earthquake. And sure enough, it was. But I genuinely thought that the person on the bunk bed on top of me was masturbating furiously. Like, yeah, because it also stopped really. Like once I stopped, and then it just suddenly stopped. I was like, I think he noticed.
Also, you said there were other bunk beds.
Yes, and they weren't responding. Like 3 of the curtains were closed, and the one that was open, the guy was reading.
Oh my god.
So I don't know why
But you
these
didn't
people were
notice the
so
others
phased.
shaking too?
So that's the thing. It's like because my bed was shaking. my vision was shaking. I couldn't see what was happening.
Yeah. Well,
I just peeked behind. I was just like, no one's okay. And I peeked back behind.
You're like, well, I guess I'm doomed.
I didn't want to, like, make too much movement, because then if he knew I was down there... I don't know. I was trying to save him from...
You're trying to be polite.
Yeah.
You just yelled out, hey, this guy's touching his tinkle.
Well...
Could you imagine if you called him out?
That happened while I was in high school. There was... Okay, I don't know... This is on a podcast, so I don't know how... I won't say anyone's name. I don't think I remember their name. I borderline think I might have said this on a stream anyway, so I'll just say it again. But there was a guy who sat behind me who didn't have much of a filter, and there was a guy who sat diagonally from me who was weird. I had certainly noticed the guy who sat diagonally from me doing some things every once in a while, and I never said anything because he was in the back of the class. I was just like, I hope that's not what I think it is. I'm just gonna ignore it.
God.
Well, one day the guy with no filter
Like his dick?
and then he just said, "What the fuck are you doing?" Everyone was just like, what is that? And then he's just like stiff like this, and then everyone just turns around. I think the teacher was just like, quiet. So
leave him alone.
Because I had
He's doing his thing. You keep going, Brandon.
We're proud of you.
His name was not Brandon. Don't say that. Oh,
Teacher.
Brandon.
Yeah. That's the worst visual. What the fuck are you doing? People getting... I wonder if there's videos of that. People getting yelled at who are trying to masturbate.
Like, in just like...
Oh, you just got caught. For the podcast listener, an engine outside started running.
A whale.
Yeah, a whale. An engine whale? Or a whale engine.
It was really, really deep. Like, it's... You know when you're in the theaters and there's always that, like, sound effect that they play in movie trailers for action movies that's like a deep, dark rumbling? It's like that, and that's the sound that it makes if you get caught masturbating. And you know, it's time. You need to run. Now.
Yeah, and then you check your phone and you find out God was shaking the earth to stop you.
Yeah. Maybe he was masturbating.
Yeah, and then it just... Maybe that was his opportunity. His life would be the break windows during a lightning thunderstrike, and they're just like, now's my chance.
God was like, I got you, bro.
And everybody in the room was used to it, because they've been there a while with him.
Yeah. No, that's my earthquake.
I've never experienced an earthquake, but every time I smoke in my house alone, I think that I am on the second floor of a building, an apartment building, and I get so paranoid that an earthquake's just gonna start, and I'm high, and I can't
function.
Rightly do the right thing. Yeah.
There was an earthquake, and there was only one victim, and he was too high to get out.
He started rolling. We couldn't stop him.
You guys were in an earthquake, right? And the earth threw a truck at your house or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's different.
That was here, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Not in this house.
No.
In this house?
In this was the
earthquakes
epicenter.
Here? Oh.
In Washington?
Yeah. No, because we're right on the coast, so because we're right on a fault line, pretty much. Aren't we?
So we're on one of the world's worst. Like,
nice.
It's basically the Juan de Fuca fault is basically set to destroy Washington State.
Yeah.
It's been building for hundreds of years, so that means that it's hundreds of years of pressure.
The big one, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of like whenever this one goes off, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Can't you, like, just stick a needle in the ground, like, let some steam out?
No,
we got volcanoes up here.
What the force of that steam beam?
Like, you know when you got like super glue and then you squeeze it and it's like, oh, the thing is like glued shut, and then you pop it and then it comes out. So just do that with the volcano.
Yeah.
I don't have money.
And drill a hole.
You don't have any super glue?
I don't have that much glue.
Some girl throwing glue in the fucking volcano.
Rude Washington
Oh my god! The volcano's erupting! Quick, get the super glue, glue it shut.
That's a lot of glue.
You actually just need a little bit though, because it's super glue.
Just a thin thin film of
Ew.
super glue.
When it blows a big bubble.
If you get Gorilla Glue kind of expands when it dries.
Yeah, it sure does. It forms these gross little brown bubbles all over the
That's
thing
what
you're trying to
gorillas look like.
delicate.
Yeah, it's like
That would be the ultimate advertising. Gorilla Glue. Buy it. We save the world.
We make brown crust on the thing you're trying to fix. That's what fucking Gorilla Glue does.
Whenever I use Gorilla Glue, I have to like sand it, and then I put the Gorilla Glue down, and I need to sand it afterwards because it's so gross.
I always try to be so
gross.
delicate, and then it just it just grows into this horrible bubble.
I've never actually used that glue. I used their tape.
Who's they?
Gorilla.
Oh.
Gorilla.
All of them. Collective.
The collective gorilla.
Wasn't there like a hair gel we found one time that was Gorilla hair gel?
Yeah, in Walmart. They have these, if you walk in Walmart and you walk up to the with a hair station in Walmart, the hair station, the hair aisle, they have these disgusting looking gorilla characters bathing each other with this weird gorilla shampoo.
It's like a giant tub, isn't it?
It sucks.
Like, isn't it
yeah,
like-
it's like cream, and it doesn't have a spitter thing. What the fuck is that
I
called?
feel like when we saw this, we were in
You scoop
Penn
it out like a
Station.
fucking animal.
Were we in Penn Station
Gorilla.
when
The
we found
shampoo,
this?
the Penn Station shampoo man. Yeah. Do you have any weird Penn Station stories? Because Penn Station,
I have
if
a
you've
story
never
about
been-
how I don't like my voice, and then about 2 weeks ago, because like I hate hearing my voice in recordings because I sound like a completely different person than what I hear when I'm actually speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
me too.
So about 2 weeks ago, I was
think everybody has that, right?
I was on a date, and we were walking down like the street near where I live, and then this Indian guy in a shopping cart was pushing the shopping cart sideways up the hill, and he just kind of appeared behind us and started talking to us. He was like, "Hey, are you too gay?" And then we were like, "Yeah," and just like, "Oh, okay." And then he started talking weird things about. I don't even. It was weird, but
He was doing spelling on you.
But at one point, we were just like, "Hey, why did you think that we were gay?" And like the guy was like, "Oh, you," talking to the guy I was with, like, "Oh, your hands are kind of like doing the effeminate thing." And just like, I was holding a pizza at the time. I was just like, "Am I holding this pizza effeminately?" He's like, "Oh no, but you sound like a girl." And I was like, "Oh, well, you know what? That is a wonderful thing to say to a stranger." It was a
Too
very
limp.
interesting conversation
Is
with
that
him
the
because
No
he-
filter guy from your class just growing up.
No, he wasn't Indian, and I think he knew how to push shopping carts the correct direction. But what was strange about this guy was he kept doing weird things, like he would say, like, "Oh, bisexuality is not in India; it's not that common." But do you think that some people who are bisexual and they're not, like, they're just thinking, like, they're just trying it? And I'm just like, where? I don't understand where you're going with this.
You're the
Like, what's-
first gay person I've ever met.
because it's like, usually if someone's gonna go down this route, they're gonna try and like say, you shouldn't be gay, and here's why. This guy was like going in the wrong direction. And we couldn't figure out like where he was trying to take us with this conversation. Because at one point he was like, do you
think
want to go
I'd
to the
kill-
other side of the street? Because I have to go down that way and it'd be easier to keep talking to you. And we're like, oh, okay. I was out of curiosity. I was like, where is this guy taking this conversation? He didn't take it anywhere. So we just left. We just said the pizza's getting cold and we walked away.
My bisexual
Are
pizza.
people in the wild so weird?
And like, why was he talking about bisexuality? And none of what he was doing was made sense. Like, I don't know.
He was just really avid.
He was just a
that day.
strange guy. He actually, the thing is, I don't remember what he because when he approached us, he actually started talking to us about something else entirely, and then like 2 sentences in, then, "Are you guys gay?" Like, that wasn't how he started. He just started talking
no
to us
segue
for
into
something
it at all.
else. I don't remember what it
way.
was. I think it was based on what we were wearing or something. I don't remember.
My wrist was too limp that
We're saying,
day.
he's kissing me. I remember I was in a pizzeria and I was just taking a selfie with my friends, and there was like some muscle boy in the back, and he goes, "Hey, I saw I was in that picture. You have to edit me out." And I was like, in the picture, like, and he's like, "Yeah, I saw I was in your picture. You have to edit me out." And I was like, "I could just delete it. Like, I don't care." And he's like, "Nah, just edit me out. Just don't post it anywhere. Just if you're gonna post it, just edit me out." And I was like, I don't know how to edit. I can just delete it. And, like, would that make you feel better? And he's like, I'm fine. And I was like, I feel like you're not fine. He was so adamant. He
I
wanted
would
me to...
draw as much attention to that as possible.
Yeah, that's what I was
Ask him,
I was
"Can
like...
you edit this for me? I gotta edit it for this guy.
Can you edit this for me? This guy, he's right here. I gotta edit it. I'm scared of him, kind of. He's like, he's thicker than I am.
just start shouting. Does anybody know how to edit a photo?
This guy's in my photo, and he needs the editor. Is anyone in the pizzeria? You just scribble them out.
Do you want me to send a copy to you, and then you can edit it out
and then send it back to me?
Then you gotta edit everybody's faces to his face.
Oh, like those
Like
weird
a face swap, yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Or they zoom in on something, and then the last picture
It's all of them with the same face. Yeah, what happened? What were those? What website did you see those on?
E-Bombs World.
Right? Because that was
Back in the
pre-Facebook, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Where were we hanging out where we saw those videos?
Does everybody remember the first meme?
Which one?
It's the first meme you guys ever saw.
YTMND.
That you're the man now, dog?
Yeah, I mean that's kind
pretty
of the origin of. I mean, it's not the first meme, but it's one of the like closest things to what eventually became memes because it was like
Michael
text
Bird
with like repeating.
Oh, the macro text.
Yeah, like it's before memes became a meme. That was like centering onto what eventually.
It was a repeating GIF with music. I think you could just pick
well, because the original "You're the Man Now" dog was that endless repeating text into the background with a still of what's his face, Sean Connery saying "You're the Man Now" dog over and over again, and then YTMND was the site where you could create your own versions of that website because other people started making copies of it.
The what do you call it? The inspirational poster format.
No, that started on Something Awful. I think YTMND might have came from Something Awful also, but
Something Awful's an old one.
Something Awful spawned almost everything. Like, I know 4chan gets a lot of credit, but the thing is 4chan itself spawned from Something Awful.
Did it really?
Yeah. Yeah, Something Awful is surprisingly behind most of the things that you've seen on the internet.
Really?
Slenderman is Something Awful.
Is Slenderman Something Awful?
4chan ends
I was gonna say, like, is Something Awful, is that where, like, basically copy pasta
began?
I don't know if the term, I think the term copy pasta started somewhere else, but yeah, stuff like, lots of stuff like that originated on Something Awful.
If it wasn't on Something Awful, it was probably
Photoshop Fridays was like a thing there.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the Photoshop things that eventually would get spread around elsewhere did. Like, yeah, there's a surprising like number of things came from that site. That's the reason I actually own an account, but even though it might cost $10, because like I was aware that like a lot of stuff is coming from this place. I should be a part of it because I never wanted to become a part of 4chan because I went there a couple times and just like this is gross and it spoiled Phoenix Wright for me, so I'm just gonna.
It spoiled Heavy Rain for me.
Yeah, I was just like I just went, like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this picture of the... I'm not going to spoil Heavy Rain, but it was a picture of a character, and then it just said, blank is the Oregon killer, and I was like, fuck, what? This website sucks.
It did that with, like, a Phoenix Wright character and just said, I did it underneath, and I was just like, God, fuck you. You know what? I've given you, like, every once in a while I'd go, because during the YTMND days was when I found out about 4chan, and it was because people would be like, you're stealing all the GIFs from 4chan. I'd be like, what's 4chan? It's a terrible name. And so I went and found out what it was. Oh, it's a really ugly site. I don't want to spend my time here. And then every once in a while I'd try and go back because it's like, this is where everyone is. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, they're spoiling things.
It's the whole site.
Yeah.
The only good experiences I've had with that website are when people take screen grabs of like the only good things off of it and post it onto other social media websites.
Like,
4chan's purpose
everything else
is
kind of
as just basically like a random number generator that other people can cull for you and bring out the good stuff for. It's not something anyone who has a soul should be spending their time on.
Other people can cull and bring out
because it's like I don't belong there.
I've had a life.
No, I don't have a life. I spent it on a different message board that was blue instead of brown.
E-Bombs World?
No.
E-Bombs World's still going on. It's just like
still there?
It's just like it became like 9gag. Like it's like it has the same format as that.
Funny
like that. It's just like look at this funny image, and it's like more of like a scrolling timeline based thing. I think last time I checked, anyway.
Just picture ad.
Yep.
I keep finding pirated images on like iFunny and stuff like that, where it's like it's actual illustrations from like fan artists, but it's just on there for no reason whatsoever.
It has the iFunny one.
Yeah, this is iFunny. I'm like, this is a really funny picture.
I love the culture of people calling out people that share iFunny images.
Gonna have to talk about that iFunny watermark. Gonna have to talk about that iFunny
Yeah, we're gonna have
watermark.
to talk about that.
And that was from the culture of things things starting with I for no reason because iPods came out. Was iPod the first?
iPod, I believe, was the
iPod,
first.
yeah, and then everybody started doing I. Like, even some YouTubers, iJustine is coming to mind, but I don't actually know what.
Isn't that a movie?
iDubbbz.
Yeah.
Is iJustine the one about, like, the girl who she comes from Russia and is, like...
I literally have no idea. I just, for some reason, know that name.
Where's that?
iCarly, most importantly.
iCarly.
Yeah, there you go. iRobot.
iRobot. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff.
Oh, iRobot might have come before iCarly.
It came up way before
That's so my review of that movie. I've only seen it once, and I know everyone complains about it because of like the
Will Smith sneakers.
Yeah, but that's not my problem with the movie. My problem with the movie is that there's a hologram that they talk to twice in the movie, and he does the same thing both times. And he goes, "You're not asking the right questions. I'm only programmed to answer the right questions." And then Will Smith will go, "Who is behind this?" And he goes, "That's the right question." And he shuts off both times.
Really?
That means that he lied. He said, "I can answer the correct question." Then when he asks the correct question, he just turns off. Okay, that's the worst movie I've ever seen.
I love your review. Wait, what's your do your review of the French Connection?
What was? Oh, yeah. Everyone's like, "This is like a classic movie. You should watch it." Like, I didn't really know what it was about. But I was not expecting to be grossed out by a guy going, "You ever pick your feet? You pick your feet in Poughkeepsie? No, I'm gonna put you in jail for picking your feet in Poughkeepsie." I didn't sign up for this.
Oh my
That was one
god.
of the first things we talked about when you got off the plane. People picking their feet.
That's what I watched right before I went to sleep.
But one of the first, like, once we first met and we started becoming friends, I saw that, I guess we became friends on Steam, and I saw you left a review for the game Portal.
Oh.
And you said something like, big letdown for people who think this game is called Purtle. That spiral is supposed to be an O in the logo. You gave it like a negative review.
I reviewed maybe 4 or 5 games total, and I think all of them were joke reviews.
Yeah.
I forgot I used to do that. I eventually gave up on it. It was just a few.
You were making enough revenue off of it.
My coworker says that the way I describe movies is very confusing, and he doesn't understand what the movies are when I describe them, because he'll be like, "You never seen this movie?" I think I called like. I don't know. I can't give a good example, but like I would describe very The Prestige. I describe the movie where David Bowie makes all the hats. And he's like, "No," and then I eventually like describe more of the movies. Like, "Oh, I've seen The Prestige." Like, "Yeah, the movie where David Bowie makes all the hats." You have a pick your feet.
That Samuel L. Jackson movie where he says fuck a lot.
What do you think of the Silent Hill movie?
Oh, jeez.
Which one? Because I've only seen one of the two.
The first one. That's the one you probably
So, like, visually it was really good. I liked when the guy with the barbed wire stuck his tongue out.
It was like the director or something, and he was like, "Yeah, so my hands were bound and my legs were bound, so I could really only express myself with my tongue." So he just ended up... He's like, "I could really only express myself with my face and like my mouth and tongue," and it's just him going... whipping his tongue around.
I also liked that they made Sybil like more lesbianish. I thought that was good.
Lesbianish.
Yeah, like they got a good ratio on her.
Yeah, she's like a really good middle ground. Like,
Gay to gay ratio.
But I feel like she works as intended.
yeah. She's gay to go, you know?
Yeah.
Pocket-sized gay. What did you guys think of it?
I actually liked the first one.
It was like a cool thing.
The first one was alright.
It's a cool witch movie, but it just also has Silent Hill characters in it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like I think it's so weird that it is a Silent Hill movie because none of the characters, like Pyramid Head, the nurses and stuff like that, they all
Have
have
any
meaning.
relevance.
They all have meaning and significance within the games of like they mean something to the character that they're haunting.
Considering all the
But-
changes that they were told they had to make,
Yeah.
they kind of did all they could with it.
Yeah.
Because the director was like, when I played Silent Hill 1, I felt that it was a mother looking for her daughter.
Yeah, I saw
You saw the interview? And I think it's like a special features on the disc or something.
It is. I watched all of it.
Me too.
Literally a
And
father.
I was just like, what?
Oh yeah, he's like, it was such a motherly story. I'm just like,
Because everybody knows fathers don't care about their children.
Even though
Honestly, you sound like
there's
such a Gemini.
4 games I can think of that have like father and son dynamic or father and daughter dynamics that are really good, like Last of Us.
Do I know?
Yeah.
Nier.
Nier?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, remember 2B and
Dad B?
Baby? 2B and Baby?
Call me little one.
Yeah. I guess the
2B.
new God of War is supposed to be good, although that's a father-son.
Yeah.
That's a father-son.
Which, I haven't played it yet. I'm glad that it's good, but at the same time, I still feel like God of War is not the right game to be doing a father-son dynamic.
Cat played it.
Emotional.
You really liked it, right?
okay.
Because, like, his whole thing, though, is that he's just kind of like
Did you
violent
feel-
monster.
It was a revelation.
Did you feel like it was actually a mother looking?
So,
I feel like it's a really like auntie kind of experience where it's like she cares about you, but also she's like kind of distant, but it's like kind of like a
you mean Kratos?
Like a Sagittarius, like like an aura, like a in and
Like a
out
Cancer
throbbing
cusp.
purple aura, like in
in
touch with
the energies.
astrology and
Thank you.
astrologic
Thank you.
energy.
Yeah. Astrologic energy.
Do you think that making that game about Kratos was a good idea, or would it have been better? Like, it doesn't make sense that the guy from those other games who was just going, murder, is now like an emotional father.
Okay,
Does that
so-
work or not?
Okay, define emotional father, because I think that you don't know anything about this game. Because
don't.
holy shit, emotional father, no.
Because what if it had worked as a standalone game is not Kratos?
Okay, so it would have worked as a standalone game without being in the God of War universe. However, it did work being in the God of War universe because of where they went with the characters. It was amazing where they went with the characters because they don't forget where he came from.
Okay.
They don't erase anything that he's ever done.
They're not
So
forgetting
it's a
everything.
consistent
No, they're
through line
developing
of if you play through
Yes.
those first 3 games and then the 4th one, that's the
It's
same
Kratos.
character.
This is Kratos.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is now a father. He was married. His wife passed away, and this is what changed him.
He has to kind of take account for the things that
And
he did. Yeah.
he's a horrible, shitty person at the same time, and he's growing as a human, like not as a god, throughout the game, and it's reflecting in his son, his own actions, and he's like, oh, maybe I should change because I hate this boy now. So it's like, it's really, really, really fucking good. It's such a good game. Oh my god.
If the son misbehaves too much, Kratos buries him as a punishment.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
ASMR
ASMR burying your son.
Dad?
Just the soft, like, sprinkling of dirt. Father, no.
Walking through the leaves.
Father, I'm sorry. You know, son, you've done this to yourself.
Did you know that you can suffocate even if you're if you're buried up to your neck, you could still suffocate because your chest can't expand.
Did you?
That's so scary.
Did you ever hear about the rebirth thing where they died?
Rebirthing.
Well, you wrap. Well, if you gotta get rebirth, you gotta be the rebirth, and you have to get a bunch of blankets and wrap yourself in so you can get rebirth. But if you do too many blankets, you can suffocate and die.
I can't
Really?
wait to be rebirthed. Oh my god. Like, can
Is
we do
that
this
legal
today?
still?
We do
Didn't they,
rebirths
like-
after this, right?
I'm pretty sure that
no.
someone got in trouble.
Yeah.
You sound
I
like
remember hearing about that.
Zodiac killer-ish.
ASMR Zodiac Killer. Please
Please don't kill me, Zodiac killer.
just the sound of stabbing.
Mr. Zodiac, please, put the knife down.
Ted Cruz, is that you? Muriel!
Eustace.
My favorite video of Ted Cruz, which is a very limited field, is the video where he goes to say, "Look, this is my daughter. I love my daughter. Hey, daughter, look at how much you love me," and she doesn't want to look at him.
Wait, no. What about the one where he does the Simpsons impressions?
Oh.
And he does Lisa
my
Simpson?
God.
I think the daughter one's better. This
Come
is
here,
like
my
I said. This
daughter.
is my favorite Ted Cruz video. I know there's more than one.
On the super deluxe edits where they keep editing white crap like white speck all over his mouth and keep spitting it back and forth. Super deluxe has those great videos by Vince Berger or something. It's so fucking funny.
Did Superdogs do the ones of the Republican candidate debates where
Where the air horn, the sad air horn was playing? Yeah, that's Vince Berger.
Oh,
That's Vic Berger or Vince Berger? I'm sorry. Yeah, that's them. And he worked for Superdogs for a while. It's just
That was our favorite video of the year.
yeah, it's so fucking
down.
funny.
We
I
kept
say
playing
it every
over and
morning.
over
I
again.
say it because it's for Jeb Bush is a big
I
mess.
say this every
Big
morning,
mess.
every evening, and every night, and it's so true. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a waste. And it just plays sad air horns and just shows Ted Cruz like struggling to speak. Hillary, go look up Hillary Clinton coughs up green egg.
Yes.
Go look up deaf man kisses great grandmother's corpse.
And just watch as many bar mitzvah invitation videos.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you guys have been talking about those.
When we take our first break, we'll go watch some.
For inspiration.
Yeah, I really hope I can find the Because I'm Jewish song one. That's such a good
It's a
one.
remix of Because I'm Happy. It's because I'm Jewish.
I want a Jewish girl to go to temple
The vibe.
and read her Torah.
ASMR bar mitzvah invitation.
Hey, come to my mom. So I like you. Come on over.
Invitation.
I was thinking about doing that, where
Having
I
a bar
do.
mitzvah?
Oh, actually, cheers, Fred.
It's about time you became
Does
this.
anyone?
No, I was gonna do a dramatic reading of the Bible on stream.
ASMR Bible reading!
Because I want to do the Book of
that's so
Job,
good.
because the Book of Job is literally okay. Here's the story.
Dramatic reading.
Job is like supposed to be like super faithful to God, and then God and Satan are like hanging out, and God's like, "Hey, this is my boy," and Satan's
boy.
like, "What if I did something to him?" He's like, "He'll still love me. Job will still love me." So Satan kills his wife and all of his children and gets rid of his farm. And God's like, "See, he still loves me," and Job is like, "I guess I love you. 'Cause I have nothing else." And then he does that 3 more times to Job. He just keeps killing his new family and just keeps killing and killing. And God's like, "See, this is my boy." And he just keeps letting Satan kill all of his family members and like getting rid of his farm and everything
That's
else.
literally the plot of Metroid. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Show your work.
Ridley comes and kills Samus's parents, and then like she's like, "Oh man, my parents, my only parents." And then she gets adopted by these bird people, and they train her, to be the best warrior, and they train her to be really smart, and this and that. And then Ridley comes and kills them. And she's like, "I'm fucking mad at this fucking alien pterodactyl. I'm gonna fucking kill it." And she becomes a badass bounty hunter and eliminates species from the planet. That's a Nintendo game. The same person who made fucking Yoshi. Also, do you know who Poppy is?
Yes.
I love Poppy.
Okay.
She did a whole thing
known as Poppy.
where she read the Bible.
Oh, did she?
What?
Yeah, and it's like an hour. It's like hours long.
Have you ever read the anime Bible?
What?
I've seen it. I've
we
never
had
read
that
it.
when I worked at
Look,
theaters.
it's like
There's like the Lego Bible.
It's part 1, and it's like 50 minutes, and it's literally just.
Beast thou shalt take to thee by 7, the male and his female, and of
It's really hard to do it if you don't know how to read.
To reign upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Whoa.
She's
Okay.
so funny.
I've never seen any Poppy stuff because I preemptively hate her because I keep getting this ad on YouTube, Red, that's like, "I'm Poppy."
That's her whole thing.
That's the only
That's her
thing it
thing.
says. I'm just like, I don't want to look at you anymore. Stop telling
Yeah, when
me
you get
you're
irrationally
Poppy.
mad at ads
Yes.
because you've seen them 900
Yeah.
times, like where
now I'm
you
mad
like
at
talk
Poppy.
to I'm Poppy. I don't care.
Maybe I'm Poppy now. That's what you sound like. I'm Poppy. I hate Poppy so fucking much. I don't even know who she is. I just want her to leave my
I
life.
hate her because of what she did to Mars Argo.
Oh, Argo.
There's a whole thing. She has some good songs. It's the plot of Metroid.
Yeah, that's Yes, Job, the Book of Job in the Bible, like the Bible, like the
Which Bible?
NSPRPE one.
Which version?
The what's your favorite? Everybody say on 3. Tell me what your favorite version of the Bible is. 1, 2, 3.
Coloring
The
book.
anime
Bible.
Bible. Sorry, it's the
Bible.
manga Bible, not the anime Bible.
Coloring book. Chocolate?
As a kid, I had one called the Extreme Teen Bible.
We both said the
Yeah.
exact same
Oh,
thing.
did we?
You do have the Extreme Teen Bible?
We
What's
did
that?
have that.
What?
No, it's this Bible with like these like tie-dye colors on the outside of it. And it's like all like in cool fonts, like the Extreme.
It has
Teen
everything except
Bible.
for like a skateboarding kid on the cover.
They went to
Yeah.
dafont.com and got like a bunch of distorted ones.
I had one
Yeah.
of those little Bibles that are like the pocket Bibles,
Yeah.
and then the edges of all the pages, like they were dipped in like gold ink.
Gold.
So like when they were all
Yeah.
pressed together, it looked like solid gold, and I always liked it. And then my uncle said that when he was young, he would lick the edges, and it's not good for you to do that.
What do you like the edges?
Yeah.
Of your Bible?
Of your Bible.
You'd sneak into your room at night?
He would take it from me, he'd lick it, and said, "This is not good to do." And then
Uncle, no, please,
Literally, his family literally calls their uncle.
Mr. Uncle,
So, Uncle.
please.
well, we only have 2 uncles,
Uncle.
so one of them got the first uncle, and the other one had to take second name.
Is Robert?
I used to visit my cousin, and across the street, his grandparents lived, and they lived next to my grandparents. And my grandpa was brothers with his grandpa.
Grandparentception.
So his grandpa was my great uncle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And my grandpa was his great uncle. And so whenever we'd have to like talk about each other's grandparents,
Oh.
it would get confusing because it'd be like, oh, grandpa's going to take us to the movies or whatever. He's like, Grandpa Alvin or Grandpa Don? And so finally we just came up with shorthand for Uncle Grandpa and Aunt Grandma. And it worked.
I don't know, Aunt
Yeah.
Grandma is a really good
Uncle Grandpa's already a thing.
Yeah. Aunt Grandma, though, is pretty
Grandma.
I'm gonna call all my let all my nieces and nephews know to call me Aunt Grandma now because that's all I want to be known as.
Do you guys say aunt or aunt?
I say aunt.
Aunt.
Aunt. Aunt.
I say aunt.
Yeah,
You
like
say aunt?
A&T. That's how it.
Auntie.
You say auntie?
Auntie. I say Auntie On's pretzels.
Auntie ASMR.
And anti-ASMR.
Yeah, do auntie ASMR right now.
Oh, how?
Hello.
Hello, mate. Royce.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
shut
Do it, mate. Shut the fuck up. 1, 2, 3. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. 1, 2, 3. Shut the fuck up. Alright, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Shut the fuck up.
Look at the waveforms.
Oh, those
shut
are
the
Rorschachs. What do you say?
Ooh, I see lots of very, very upset fish.
I see 2 dogs kissing.
That's for me.
I see the Lex, the most powerful weapon of destruction.
No. You still have to name one more father-daughter game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so I've named 3 out of 4. Where's the 4th one? I'm sure I know there's some guy.
Come on.
Come on!
Are there any games where there's a mom?
There's no mom.
One single.
I mean, I guess
one game with a
Bayonetta
mom
is a
in it.
mom with herself. Briefly,
Who?
Bayonetta. She takes care of herself.
Oh, Silent Hill 3 has a mom.
Yeah.
What?
You play as a mom.
You play as a mom.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You play as a mom.
I always thought it would be a good game if, like, you know how there's always there's like a fantasy trope where it's like you're the guy with the sword, you're the teenager, and you're like, I'm gonna go help the farm. It's like, oh, we need wood. Go in the forest and chop some wood. And you come back, and then you're like, the bandits came and killed everyone. It's like the most stereotypical thing that happens. in
Yeah.
fantasy. Well, you have like a game where it's like, oh, they killed their family and now they're out for revenge. And like that's like the tagline. It shows like a family portrait or something like that. And then that's the intro. And then the kid goes to like, he's like, oh no, they kill the father, and then they kill the son. And then you play as the mom for the rest of the game.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that would be good. And because it's
Yeah.
like then you're like a really mean mom.
Chris is trying not to
Mom's
drown.
out for
He's
it.
holding a rock star in one hand and a White Claw in the other hand, and he's going,
I wasn't gonna call him out. Thanks for doing it for me.
yeah, no
Wait, I want to
problem.
try a White Claw because I don't know what it tastes like.
No, try the better flavor. Try the cherry. tastes like Sprite if it was sick.
Asthma right there.
Hit me right in the asthma.
I'm still trying to think of.
What's a fucking mom game?
Yeah, I know.
What's a fucking mom game?
I know there's more, but I'm having some mom troubles, and I'm having some more father-daughter troubles.
Yeah, there's a mom game where you play as this mom looking for her like son lost in like an amusement park that's like an abandoned amusement park, and it's like
That sounds fake.
it's supposed to be like a Babadook kind of a thing where it's like all in your mind and blah blah blah. But
The son was in your mind?
I'm sorry, I heard Marmaduke.
I probably said Marmaduke. Gay
It's like a
icon,
Marmaduke kind of game. Well, true. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
What's a fucking mom game?
Okay, I know this has to exist.
Metroid, again. Because you adopt a baby Metroid.
Yeah,
But that doesn't
take
count.
it, yeah.
That doesn't count. It's I
Because when it
can't.
hatches, it like follows you.
Yeah, I can't fucking think of one.
Cooking Mama!
Cooking Mama.
Cooking Mama!
Cooking Mama, the great mama.
Mother Simulator. We played it. And we put the baby in the dryer.
Do you think there's any game, like, someone must have made a game where you play as a mom who has to pull the plug on their kid?
Somewhere on Steam for like 60 cents. It exists.
It's one of those games where you use the mouse to, like, you know, like Amnesia or something, where it's like you drag objects around with the in-game physics. And so you have to go up to the machine and pull the plug out with the mouse to kill your child.
Plug TM.
Now available in VR.
It's a literal plug in the wall.
Can we think of the weirdest game you've ever played?
That's too vague for me. I think all of us have played so
That's
many
dumb.
weird games.
Yeah.
You can't. What's the weirdest game I've ever played? You know, Mario's kind of weird because there's like mushrooms.
Mario's kind of like freaky.
Like you eat mushrooms, you get bigger. Like what?
Wrong with you?
Dude, imagine he was doing a drug, but the mushroom was the drug, and he was all in his mind.
And he's like going as like pipes. You know what they say?
And
About pipes, smoke out of pipes, man.
And he's running, and he's small, and he's running through
The
it.
clouds, like why they're he's jumping on these things. Crazy. What? There's flowers. Oh, look at that. The clouds got a camera. Ooh, the sun can see you. They won't.
And the clouds are the same as the bushes, and
Oh man! Oh, well, you gotta be high to make a game like that.
and he's squinting, and his brother jumps high. Oh,
fucking nuts, man. It's the fucking weirdest game I ever played.
Mario Smart.
This is what fully New York, man.
Mario Smart.
Mario!
Smart.
Mario, what's wrong with you? Oh, you're making fun of the game.
They're making fun of my
You're making
gloves.
fun of me. What did I ever do to them?
I did so good.
I found out that Mario's father is the one who's in the original Donkey Kong.
Whoa.
And Donkey Kong's father is the one who's in Donkey Kong. And did you know that
Did you know?
the Donkey Kong was like, he was kept in a cage or something, and that's why he stole... Oh, I can't remember.
He's
now.
Cranky Kong.
Mario was basically a villain in the original Donkey Kong game. Like, he deserved to have his girl stolen. I just don't remember why.
He was a plumber.
I think he
he deserved it.
No, like, canonically, like, he did something bad to Donkey Kong's retaliating against.
Wait, we have to...
He pulled the plug on his daughter.
Oh, sorry. Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong, but it's not necessarily Donkey Kong's father. He might have just inherited the title or something.
Did you ever see the 3D show of Donkey Kong?
I think I have.
It's
I
really
haven't seen
scary.
that.
It's really scary.
Was that back in the dark days of 3D animation?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
When lighting was really bad and everything was shiny.
Yeah. The fetish community blossomed from there. It really did.
Did I ever show you my tiny phone controller? It's my keychain
Oh,
controller.
That's really cute.
that's really cool.
Yeah, because if I play Game Boy emulators on my phone, I use that.
That's
Wow.
fucking
Oh, that's cool. I was actually
It's
looking
got a
at it.
pretty good battery
Wow,
life, too.
it feels
Is that
good.
an 8 Nintendo?
It feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
it's a
thinking
bit
about
finicky
getting-
with the Bluetooth connection in getting it, and for certain action games, it's not that great. But for anything
Internet.
that's slow, like I play like Game Boy games,
Huh.
Yeah.
so like anything that's kind of slow, like if you're playing, like I was playing like Metal Gear Ghost Babylon, and that was fine with this controller.
I want to play that because the sprite work is
Just
actually
put it on
really
your
cool.
phone.
Yeah, that's true. So I was at work today and
What?
We were talking about how my manager's kids and everything, and how they walked in on her having sex with her boyfriend.
Wow.
Wait,
Was she
at
like
work?
bragging?
It's like, yeah, I fucked.
Hell yeah.
But then
Thank you for not.
Was
they
the brag the fact that she has a door?
well then they caught him looking up Lego porn with his friend. And he's my manager's son. She said that she bought him a Lego Ninjago playset, and then he was looking up Lego Ninjago fucking porn. So we looked up Lego porn at work, and it's fucking wild. It's fucking all over the place. It's literally what you think it is. It's like, sorry, I can't hang out today. I'm looking at Lego pussy.
I got grounded for looking at Lego.
I got grounded looking at Lego pussy.
Wait, is it like shaped like a brick? And is that how they have sex? Is
It
just
hangs
like,
down.
It plugs together. Yeah.
So wait, hang on. Is it like animated?
We can look it up. It's a
Dude,
picture.
no. I'm gonna shut that down right now.
Why?
ASMR.
I don't wanna get
like, no one
grounded.
works together, but that's a good ASMR.
Hang on, I need my phone.
Just look up Lego like Rule 34 or hentai or something. it's
Lego
fucking
hentai.
it's fucking real. It's
Thousands
fucking real,
of
dude.
pages.
Lego hentai.
You have to go to Bing and turn safe search off because Google won't let
Do
you.
you
anymore.
think that there exists a version where it's two like real people like having sex, or like realistically drawn if it's animated, but it's in a Lego location? So either a room is Lego, or like a Lego set, and it's real people on the Lego set.
on the Lego?
Yeah.
You
So it's
have
like,
to share.
No.
like if that's like someone's fetish, then you can have like this in your brothel and have the Lego room. And it's like,
You can't walk barefoot in there because
Only
Ow.
Duplo.
Diplo.
Duplo blogs.
Diplo.
Now I'm just imagining that scene from 50 Shades of Grey.
But with,
Yeah.
I want to show you my playroom. He opens it up and his
It's clay. It's clay.
Oh, it's clay.
Yeah, they're using clay.
my manager said,
Clay.
no! And then the siren
They
sounded.
couldn't even use real Legos.
No.
How could you?
They were real Legos. They just put clay, like, attachments onto them and just use stop
To
motion.
make a
Do you think
boober.
there's anyone who watches like Lego porn, but it's like, oh, these are mini blocks? I'm
My
can't.
manager's son.
This is not own brands. I can only get hard from real Legos.
Real.
What is this, Playmobil? That's what I would say. Is the Steven Universe movie still on Pornhub? Since you're on Pornhub, looking at Lego porn. Can we interrupt your Lego porn thing? Like whatever you're doing over there.
She's addicted. Look at her.
Oh my god! I've never seen it.
She can't.
Did you say SpongeBob SquarePants?
Hang on.
Ad for another porn.
It's an ad for another porn. Hang on. I just saw the scariest thing. You need to look.
I've seen screenshots of that.
This one in particular?
Yeah.
No.
Because the costume's very distinct.
Oh wow! I mean, can you send that to me?
It'd be the only thing you guys have ever talked about. Is a Pornhub link.
Okay, so it looks like a person in a SpongeBob costume, except it's like highly detailed to like grotesque. Like it's grotesquely.
Like A2 scale.
Yeah. And then also in the middle of it, it's not a SpongeBob face, it's just like a weird yellow Nosferatu face. Like,
I think Sandy is in there too.
So,
Like, scrub through it. I'm sorry, I have a screenshot of that as like a shit posting thing.
so my friends, I told you.
oh my
about
god,
this,
that is
but
Sandy.
I also watch it every night.
He was taken when he was trying to enter into Australia Australia.
taken? What do you
He
mean?
was taken by like border security, and they like went through his phone and like stuff like that. And that's a thing that can happen in the U.S. too. You can come in and they can like go through your phone. They'll look at all your messages, look at all your photos. And I think it would be really good if you just filled your phone with lots of Lego porn and pictures of SpongeBob and messages talking about how sexy SpongeBob is, and then just oversaturated your phone like that. So if border police ever did take you aside to find out what you've done, they're gonna have to deal with it.
They're gonna shoot you out of a cannon.
I'm just like, oh, you're gonna be here a while, mister, if you really want to look through my phone.
You have to watch every video. You have to watch farts.
You send messages in your Facebook messengers like, did you watch my video for the secret message? And then he has to look for it.
Oh God.
Otherwise he's not doing his job.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned water police. I thought it was
Water
funny that-
police.
Water police.
That's what I said. Water police.
Border police.
Oh, border police. Never mind.
Wait, hold on. I want to hear the water police
Yeah,
story.
you can just. Oh, speaking of water, oh, never mind.
Because in
It's water
Australia,
police.
they have water police, right?
I don't think so.
They
They-
do.
they
We
do.
looked it up. It's a
Looked it
thing.
up.
So they do sell the water to China. If that's like maybe the police enforce that, I don't know.
No, it's just the police that are on the boats in the water.
Oh,
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, but
But they call them water police. So we got into this show H2O, and
Halloween
You
20
got
years
into
later.
the show.
No,
What?
the TV show.
Yeah.
Halloween 20 years later. Yeah.
Wait, you got like
It's the mermaid show.
What do you mean into?
Oh, there's a mermaid show.
Oh yeah, it's very
Is it
good.
Australian?
It's
Yeah,
it
fantastic.
started in Australia. Now they have it for every
every
country now.
Oh, it's like
country's
The
in it.
Office.
So I got into it because I wanted to watch something super shitty that I didn't care about
Super
while I
cool.
was making a cosplay, because I had to sit down for hours at a time for like 2 months straight. So I watched H2O, and it's about magical mermaids in Australia. And the
Which
first
are true. It's true.
Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
so,
obviously.
but the water police we didn't believe in. Because the first episode, it's about these girls who like
I need to message
steal
my
a
friend
boat
about
and they
this.
go to like some magical island. It's got like a magical pool in this magical cave, and then they go in the pool as the moon's rising, and then they are cursed as mermaids or whatever. And so after that, because they stole the boat, they're freaking out because the water police are looking for us.
They call it water police.
We
Because even
laughed so hard we couldn't stop laughing.
because
And
they're
we
like
said,
on the,
"That's
they're on
so
the loudspeaker,
stupid."
like, pull over, it's the
It's
water
the water
police.
police.
We just
And we
lost our
paused
shit.
We were
it.
screaming.
Fucking freaking out.
And then with tears running down my face, I look it up. I'm like, oh fuck, it's it's a real thing.
It's
Do they look through your phone?
Give me that phone. Get that water.
I thought you were talking about
I
the
think
water
they-
police.
Yeah, that's
think
why
they
they caught them trying to enter the country on a boat, and they're like, "We're going through your phone now."
Wow.
Give us that phone. I was swimming. Give us that phone.
We're looking for mermaids.
Did anything funny happen when we went to the Twin Peaks things?
No.
Where all did you guys go for that?
Huh?
Where all did you guys go for that? Was it
Went
just the
to Twin
cafe
Peaks.
and the falls?
So we went to the
Cool.
fall. Something funny happened. I can't
Well,
remember.
we
what
found
it
the chick tract.
That was funny. So we went to Snoqualmie Falls. We did the hike. We played in the water.
There's a marry me.
There was a marry me written in the sand. There's a
Two
marry me.
me's, and then one of them got crossed out.
Marry me. And then we went back, and then we went to the R&R diner. I feel like something funny. I was laughing. You were zooted.
Yeah. No, I don't think anything funny.
Nothing. It was just a great day.
It was a really serious and solemn moment.
Not a single
Then we went to the
thing
log.
happened.
Matt found the exact
yeah, we
log.
found the log.
The first episode of Twin Peaks that's somewhere
Yeah.
near Snoqualmie.
And
It's like this big log that he was like, we gotta go see the log.
Yeah, we-
and I was like, what log?
it was like the log. And then we stopped and walked to the log.
Sure enough. And by the log, we found
The chick tract.
a chick tract.
Yeah.
Which, what is that?
Chick track.
So that's one little booklet that explains to you why you're going to hell.
Oh, those. Okay.
Yeah.
And people dead drop them around.
I find them on buses.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I find the little comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a chick tract.
Oh, okay.
He's dead.
Thank God.
Yeah, Jack
Finally.
Chick, he died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
There was one man putting these out?
chick?
Yeah,
Like,
Jack Chick is his name.
I had no
Oh.
idea that's why they were called
He's
that.
not a chick. He's not a woman. His
Chick
name is
Chick.
Jack Chick. He's not an animal.
Mr.
He's,
Chick.
he's a corpse.
It's true.
Let's hear it out for Mr. Chick.
He's
Okay. Your computer turned off. It's just a screensaver.
It said I'm done with this.